Jason from Earth Source Minerals. It is Monday, April 8th, 2019. We have another great update for everybody this week. The last few have been quite lengthy, so we'll do our best to keep this one a little shorter than usual. For a quick review, for those that missed last week's update, which we encourage everybody to go back and watch, we had sold some of our hand-washed diamonds from Claim 19 and had enough to purchase a brand new Liebherr 916 excavator. As everybody knows, we have been greatly bottlenecked with progress into commercial production on Claim 19 due to the fact that our CAT 345 excavator, which has been with us in Liberia since 2012, has been down for repair more than it's actually been up and doing work within the pit excavation and site prep. So we pulled the trigger on purchasing the new Liebherr 916, and we have some video showing it being trailered and then tracked out to Garlow, and then its initial work in the pit on Garlow Claim 19 as it completed the removal of the overburden in the pit that we were waiting for the 345 to complete. So you'll see that the machine runs very smoothly. We made very short order of the rest of the overburden removal. The pit has been completely opened up for pay gravel excavation. So by the next video update, we're expecting to be able to show you the pit completely cleared and opened up and stockpile coming out of the excavation pit and being placed near the wash plant. So we have finally begun the last of the two major milestones left for us to be into commercial production, and that is the completion of the pit and stockpiling of the pay gravels. So hopefully by the time this next week goes by and we have another update, we'll actually have significant amounts of pay gravels to show in that video. And then the last remaining milestone is the setup of our wash plant. So where we stand right now with the wash plant, we have the upper retaining wall in. That's been complete for quite a while now. We have half of the bottom retaining wall installed. During the course of installing the very large logs that we have to place with our backhoe into the trench that the backhoe digs, for building that lower retaining wall, the 420 backhoe went down on us again. Doesn't look like it's a major issue, but the shifter that's on the steering wheel that shifts it between forward, neutral, and reverse stopped working. So it got stuck in neutral and they couldn't move it forward, they couldn't move it backwards. So the other added benefit of having a brand new excavator on site is that all the time that our chief mechanic, Ruben, used to put into the old excavator is now freed up. And when we have these other minor issues with the other units that are now going into full service, he can hop right on those instead of like the backhoe sitting for a week and a half, not being worked on because he's all tied up with the 345. So let's go ahead and start the video. It's not too long. It's just a few short videos showing the equipment in action. And once that's over, I will hop back on and just quickly wrap up.
Huh?
You put it in reverse? You put it in reverse?
Yeah.
In reverse. Oh, okay, I see. So, if you want to apply brake, you're doing it with heavy gear. As soon as you going across, the truck
Coming behind.
Straight.
Backing up.
It will stick. Yeah. He's all. Yes, it's the Goma Hill. I will try the road.
So, Amanda, you see this? That's how we do it.
No, you can't believe this. This is how we do it.
We do it our way.
We are doing this our way. Bringing this machine down Goma Hill. Machine on a low boat. And we are making it, doing it our way.
Doing it our way. So, Amanda, I hope you will be here to see the fun.
And you know, nobody has ever done it before in the history of this hill.
And you have never watched it before, but you're going to watch it on the video.
And you won't believe this. We are making it.
Oh, this low bay is incredible. It's great.
This
very,
guy
very
is a beast. Look, you won't believe it. Look, look. Come on here. You finished?
That was the one challenges here right here.
Yeah.
The west part on our side.
That guy is an experienced driver.
It's me. We're doing it our way. Hey, we're doing it our way.
That's the boy right there.
Yeah, we're doing it our way. Look, nobody has ever done this before, and I'll tell you we can do it. Nobody ever did this before. To leave the machine on the low boat and come down Goma Hill, the most dangerous hills in Bapolo, and we are breaking it.
This low bay is a beast. Oh, I love it.
It's a baby, it's a baby.
Just from buoyancy. I think we were talking about from buoyancy. Where you get out to talk on the air? Huh? Since we talking, say, when God doing it for you, keep your mouth shut. Let us see it. You gotta be talking plenty. So we doing our too. So we are entering Libya right now, as you can see. Entering. Just entering Libya. As you can see. Yeah, Yes, sir. Just enter video. Second. Everybody excited. See the building. Everybody excited.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Everybody there. What's up? Everybody excited.
Yes, sir.
Everybody excited. We are in Libya now, sir.
Hi, DG.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Everybody excited. Everybody excited. Yeah, how you doing? Everybody excited. How you doing? Yo, how you doing, guys? Everybody excited.
It was amazing to see in those videos how quick that new excavator can actually track on its own. If you had noticed, there was some areas where our pickup truck that was following it was really working to keep up with it. Our old excavators, they could barely keep up with a slow walk. So it was amazing to see that that thing can just fly, and it's built to do that. It's made to be able to drive between sites very quickly. The tracks are completely sealed. There's no exposed bearings for dirt to get in and wear it down. And the final drives that turn those tracks are made for high speed and long distances without having to stop and reverse the direction of the tracks. So just another added benefit of this new German-built piece of equipment. Also, we're already seeing fuel savings on site operating this past week. We haven't operated long enough to get a real good average, but we are definitely feeling the fuel savings, which as we get more and more of these Liebherr pieces of equipment, they are going to pay for themselves in fuel savings alone. We already see that. So while the excavation crew is busy at work pulling the pay gravels and stockpiling for us, and while Ruben gets our 420 backhoe up and running so that Amos can complete his work setting up the wash plant, and with all the different crews back at work with their assignments, we discontinued any further hand washing on that upper gravel line. We had chased it uphill as far as we could. There was too much overburden to go any further. And then as of the last update, we had chased it as far down into the pit as we could before it really dropped off sharply, and it would have been too dangerous to have our guys on the sharp incline trying to hand dig. So now that we have the excavator on site and everybody's back doing their normal jobs, we're no longer hand washing. We're going to wait until we pull out and start going through the wash plant. So with all that in place, everybody moving forward, we took advantage for the first time in like 4 months. We had the opportunity to quickly bring Armando back home. He has been out of all of his medications, his anti-malarials, for months now. We didn't expect him to be in Liberia for such a long stay. So he'll go in for the standard medical checkup, have his blood checked, make sure there's no malaria, typhoid, the usual stuff that we deal with. Once he has a clean bill of health, we'll get him prescribed on all the meds. We have a few business meetings lined up for him while he's home. But other than that, we want to have him just spend some decompression time, as short as it's going to be, to catch up with the family and spend some quality time with them before he's back over in less than 2 weeks. And when he arrives back, Amos will have the wash plant all set, ready to go. We're going to have plenty of stockpile piled up that we're going to be able to show everybody in the videos. And Armando's just going to hit commercial production with a big bang. And we're very excited to see, based on all the hand washing that we did, where we were just barely under 900 carats in almost no tonnage of soil, gem quality stones. So we're just very excited to see what's going to come out of this excavation pit and through our wash plant, where we're going to be doing 10 to 20 tons per hour instead of per 4 weeks. Then on the capital side, we have officially surpassed our $200,000 goal for phase 2 production. So we have enough funds to operate the wash plant until we have consistent sales cycles of our minerals that are coming off the wash plant. We have not slowed down in bringing in funds. We still have a lot of people that are interested, working towards joining us as joint venture partners. And we will continue to bring funds in so that we can start building up our redundancy of equipment. As we've seen, all of the equipment that we currently have in country has been with us since 2012. It's been heavily used. We maintain it the best we can. They sat for a long period following Ebola. So we want to start replacing that and bringing in other new equipment from the Lever dealership as we're able, so that we have additional excavators, backhoes, dozers, haul trucks. Then we also want to work towards bringing in enough funds where we can have a redundancy of our wash plant, so that we don't just have a single wash plant with jigs, that we can have a second unit, and that will be able to back up the first unit and allow us to operate on 2 sites. We can excavate pay gravels at a much faster pace than we can wash them currently, due to the relatively low production rate of our current wash plant that's doing 10 to 20 tons per hour. We're excavating way faster than that. And by bringing in a second wash plant, as we finish the excavation at 19, we'll be hopping over to 50 to fully excavate that site. So that is stockpiled for this coming rainy season. And as soon as 19 or 50 is done, and we have more than one excavator running, one of them can then go to claim 15, which we will be doing after 50, and get that site finished in its preparation and stockpiled before the rainy season hits. So then we have that complete site to run with the wash plants throughout the rainy season and going into next dry season. We're just going to keep pushing. We're going to keep our momentum going. We have a great amount of momentum that we've picked up just in the last couple of weeks, that we're just going to keep rolling with it. But at some point, and we're not sure when, the production values coming off of the wash plant are going to far exceed the joint venture obligations that we're paying out to each of our joint venture partners. We don't know if that's going to happen right away within the first few cleanings, or if it's going to take us a few months of ramping up to start seeing larger values coming out of our excavation pit. But at some point, we're going to be able to expand internally. And when that happens, we're going to have to make a decision whether we're going to allow new joint venture money to continue coming in, or if we're going to cut off any further joint venture opportunities. So we encourage everybody that's been sitting on the fence, have been watching us for quite a while. There is not much more mitigating of your risk at this point And by holding back any further, you're just slowing down our growth arc. So we encourage anybody that has any questions to please reach out to us. I'm available with a little bit of notice if you need to talk with me, and we can get any last questions, concerns answered. And speaking of questions, we've had a few common ones come in the last few weeks. So before we wrap up this update, let's quickly address those. The main question everybody's asking is how much longer until our first profit payout to the joint venture partners? And from the very beginning, we've never given a specific date. It's always a moving target based on milestones that we have to accomplish. Those last two milestones are the stockpiling of our pay gravel and the setup of our wash plant. The stockpiling is occurring as we speak. This next update, we're going to be able to show some great progress with stockpile being placed next to the wash plant. And the very last milestone is the completion of the wash plant setup. The hardest part of the wash plant setup is getting the tier systems in. Once those tier systems in, just placing the trommel and the jigs will go very quickly. We're not expecting that to take us much longer. Armando's going to be back over there in less than 2 weeks with everything ready to go. So once we're running pay gravel through the wash plant, we're expecting at least a 2-week runtime before we're pulling enough gravels out and putting them through the wash plant for us to start having significant cleanouts that will be worthwhile for us to liquidate. Once we have produced enough mineral product that we can start bringing those to market, we'll need to complete our first sales cycle. Our first sales cycle can be completed in one of many different ways, depending on how quickly we need to accomplish it. So we can either sell like we did with our hand-washed goods. We can sell locally in Monrovia in town for a quicker cash turnover. Really, the only reason we would do that is because we don't have enough JV funds coming in to support operations or to buy more equipment that's needed. So we would need to liquidate it to keep operations going. We're not expecting that to be the case at this point from all the funds that have come in and those that are expressing their interest to be joining with us. We don't think that'll be needed. So then our second option is to bring a buyer to us in Liberia to sell the goods from our office compound. That is a distinct possibility, especially depending on how much and what kind of diamonds we're pulling out in the first few weeks. If they're very attractive, it'll be easy to bring Israeli buyers or other buyers from outside of the country, mainly relationships that we have with some of our friends in Sierra Leone that are also diamond mining and already have buyers flying into Sierra Leone who have expressed interest in hopping over and buying goods from us about 50 miles, 60 miles across the border in Liberia. So that's a good possibility, depending on the timing of when they're in country and when we need to get the stuff sold. The third option is for us to export the diamonds. We have had 6 exports in the past. We're quite experienced in the export process with 6 of those under our belt already. The only thing we need to do is renew our diamond export license. We have not been going through that expense the last few years since we have not been actively exporting. The renewal cost to maintain the diamond dealer license in Liberia is $25,000 a year, and we have to have a $50,000 surety bond or funds in a holding account to basically cover us if there's a mistake in tax calculations or something like that. So as soon as Armando returns, he will be renewing the diamond export license so that will be in place and ready to go for us. Once we complete our first diamond sales, the first amount needed to continue the next month's operation of the site comes out first from the gross sales amount, and then the net profit is what gets distributed to our joint venture partners. So as soon as we have sufficient net profits, that will immediately be distributed to everybody. And as long as Liberia continues to cooperate with us, as it has been the last few weeks, Armando's going to be back in less than 2. We'll be able to start the first few weeks of wash plant operations, and that should be complete by early May. And then we're just looking at that point to see what we have produced, and if it's sufficient to complete our first sales cycle, we will do that in an expedited manner so that payout to our joint venture partners will occur as soon as that sale is completed. So all we can do is continue to keep everybody in the loop as we update week to week as we're marching forward, and we complete the wash plant setup, and we complete our first few weeks of running, and then we can show everybody what we've produced in those initial few weeks. And hopefully it's just a great clean out, and we can go right to market with it and get our first sales cycle complete. And after that, once we complete that first sales cycle, with the volume we're going to be running through this wash plant and what that upper pay gravel showed us by hand, we're expecting once that first sale is complete, we're going to be on a really nice routine of cleanouts, sales, payouts, cleanouts, sales, payouts. And once that cycle is started, we'll never have to look back again. So with that, let's wrap up this update for this week. If people have more questions, please reach out to us, and we'll get those either answered directly, or if a lot of people are asking similar questions, we'll answer those in the next update as well. So thank you for the time you've taken to listen to this update. Thank you for your continued support. We couldn't do it without you. We're so very thankful for everybody that's involved, and we're just so excited for each subsequent update that we're able to share with everybody. So thank you very much, and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.